Greetings, and welcome to episode 14 of Wisdom and the Word. I'm your host, Ben Carner. Today I want to talk to you about optical illusions. Optical illusions. What is an optical illusion? Well, an optical illusion is something that plays tricks with your eyes, plays tricks with your mind, makes you think that something is there that's not really there. The interesting thing is that people can be optical illusions. People can pretend as if they've got it all together, as if everything in their world makes sense, as if everything is just perfect in their lives. But then in reality, inside of them, things are not quite what they seem. They're pretending to be something that they're not. In some words, we use the word hypocrite to talk about this, because hypocrites were people in the Greek theater that would use masks to pretend that they were something that they really weren't. And a lot of times people can be that way. People can be optical illusions, pretending to be something that they really aren't. Jesus talked about this in Matthew chapter 7. Let me read this to you. Matthew chapter 7, verses 15 through 20. Be on your guard against false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravaging wolves. They're just optical illusions. They look like they're sheep, but really they are wolves. He continues, you'll recognize them by their fruit. Are grapes gathered from thorn bushes or figs from thistles? In the same way, every good tree produces good fruit, but a bad tree produces bad fruit. A good tree can't produce bad fruit, neither can a bad tree produce good fruit. Every tree that doesn't produce good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire, so you'll recognize them by their fruit. Jesus is giving us a biblical principle here that we see throughout the scriptures. It's a very specific biblical principle, and it states this: a person's behavior is what reveals their spiritual conditions. It's a person's actions, it's a person's behavior that reveals their true spiritual condition. Many people say one thing, but they do another, and what they say is not as important as what they do, because what they do really reveals what's going on inside. They might pretend to be sheep. They might pretend to say all the right things and have all the right Christianese words. But in reality, they're wolves. They're not really what they appear to be. They're just optical illusions. You see, just like Martin Luther King Jr. said it, that it's the content of one's character that really matters. And so we find that principle throughout the scripture. It's not just what you say. What you say is important. What you think is important. But your actions reveal what's really going on inside of you. A person's behavior is what reveals their spiritual condition. It's not their talk. It's not just about what they say that they believe, but it's about what they do. And so, as we come to the scriptures, we realize that we are, in essence, to be fruit inspectors. We're not to judge people simply by outward appearances. That's easy to do. To say, I'm going to prejudge somebody just based upon what they're wearing or the way they look or the color of their skin. The Bible condemns racism. And it's not those things that we are to judge people by at all. It's their actions. What are they really doing? It's the content of one's character. A person's behavior reveals their spiritual condition. Well, thank you for tuning in to this episode 14 of Wisdom and the Word. I'm your host, Ben Carner. If you have questions or comments about this video, please email me, ben@bencarner.com, ben@benkarner.com. You can check me out on Facebook and on Twitter. Also, if this video is on YouTube, you can post some comments in the section below. I look forward to hearing from you, and thank you. Have a blessed day.